Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining me. This is going to be a crazy haul video. Get some coffee, put your feet up. This is probably not the kind of video where you can multitask because the variety of items is crazy and there won't be organization. You know how sometimes we're going to look at stamps for 10 minutes and then we're going to look at paper. I can't promise you that. I had a place on my I want to check it out list called Lost and Found Crafts in Olympia, Washington. Olympia is 2.5 hours from my house. It's right on I-5. Honestly, I do not think I have ever gotten off the freeway in Olympia. It's a little congested because it is the capital of Washington State, I believe. It has a beautiful Capitol building and some signs to it, so that's why I'm saying that. I could be wrong. But it's just not somewhere I've ever even gotten off the freeway, honestly. So there was that adventure too, and I asked my husband, like, do you have any places you stop? And he said no. So we didn't know where to eat, nothing. But this place had popped up. I don't know. I feel like one of you told me about it. I think one of my subscribers, new friends, told me, and I was like, what? So Lost and Found Crafts, parking is easy. The store has some stairs into it, so depending on your mobility, that might be a problem. The papercrafting section is not huge, one large room. Think of it as like a family room or a giant bedroom. Then there's a yarn and beads room and a fabric room. And then the hallway, I bet, is seasonal stuff because the hallway was all Christmas paper crafting. And honestly, I did get one thing out of there, but I tried to avoid it because my Christmas stuff is out of control. This stuff I get a pass on. It's a different situation. But in the actual store, I did pick up and pay for one item. Be sure to watch the video before this that is about the store Lost and Found Crafts. When I filmed this, I thought I would just do one giant video. I had more than an hour's worth of footage from this haul, so we need to break it up. So watch the video before and hopefully you will connect all the parts. This video is all about a sale that they had and my haul from it. I'm going to go through this stuff and try and have some logic to the order, but it won't be. What I'm about to show you is $10 worth of stuff. $10. That's it. And I went through bins to get it. I was brainstorming about how many bins there were, and then I looked at their photographs. Bins is not the right word. Giant Rubbermaid tubs, and I'll insert a peek at that too. I bet there were easily 20 or 30, maybe more. They had them set up really nicely because they were using the furniture store down below. So every tub was on a table or in a chair. Many of them were spaced out really well. It was nice for shopping. I got there late. In the photographs I saw on Instagram, those tubs were full. By the time I got there, they were maybe half full and easy to shop through. So I'm sure the selection earlier in the day may have pushed me to more than one bag. So maybe it's good that I went late. So next time I would get up earlier and get moving. I still had a great time. In thrift, you get donations faster than you can deal with them sometimes. You shove them in storage. She pulled out all these tubs and said, come fill a bag. And I did. Let's start here. I found some Christmas items in my selections. This is chipboard to, I don't know, a collection that, I don't know if it's a designer collection or some other, but it's cute and it looks kind of familiar. And to all a good night. And this one has musical notes. So just fun chipboard frames and things that would be great for cards, tags, journals, whatever. I liked that. This piece of paper I actually picked up by accident. It was mixed in with some other 12 by 12 on the back. I didn't even see it. It's 1 through 25. They all have, well, the red ones all have glitter at the top. I think this would be really cool for an advent calendar. Beth of Bourbon Creek Crafts did one that was little paper bags, and I could decorate one for each night for Mr. Crafting and Relaxing. And I thought that was a really cool idea when Beth did it because at a certain age, when you've been married a certain amount of time, and clearly I just buy whatever I want, how do we do gifts for spouses? So I don't know what I'd put in his, a peanut butter cup every night. That'd be a rough December for him, wouldn't it? I don't know. That might be a fun idea. I like that. Then postcards. Now, Imagine you're digging through tubs. So I grabbed a stack of postcards. I went, oh, blue, like this one, put the rest back and took them. I didn't take absolutely everything I found. I really tried to think about the fact that I don't have one of those type of stores, creative reuse, in my town. So I worry if I donate random weird little crafty items to the thrift stores near me that it won't get to the right place, that it'll get damaged, or half the time they probably don't even know what the stuff is. Envelopes. Also keep in mind, some of the stuff was in boxes, some bags. Think about how you donate. These probably came in this bag as a donation. Oh my gosh, look at that one, Noni, daffodils. Hey, I need some King Alfred daffodils too. I'm going to try and remember to buy them today. These are adorable. I am picturing these in a journal. Are you? Oh my gosh. I don't send cards that I buy because people complain, but this is a gorgeous card. I might send it. So I love these. I here and there grabbed envelopes and cards. I was just having a great time, you guys. And I paced myself. At some places I was like, no, I don't think I need that. These are just little note cards, just folded over paper essentially. But I loved the envelopes. I wanted the envelopes. So fun and a little bag. It's really going to take me a long time to put this stuff away today. You shouldn't buy more than you can put away. All of these stamps that you're looking at, except for these two, are personal stamp exchange, PSX. If you watch my channel, you know that I have a little PSX problem. Literally, I think I love them all. I don't like to color, so they do a lot of really detailed. There was a bigger thing kind of like this that I skipped. I literally think I owned it 25 years ago or something. They do a lot of really detailed stamps that are for coloring, but at the same time, this image would be gorgeous, embossed in gold or just stamped in black on a card. A lot of their images are so pretty, it doesn't matter. And I love their sentiment stamps. They stamp beautifully. They have nice fonts. If friends were flowers, I'd pick you. I don't know if I still have a stamp that says that. About 25 years ago, my friend made me something and it's on my fridge. It's been so long, the color on the project has faded on the cardstock, but I love this sentiment and I love being able to work a theme into a card. So that would be a flower themed. What I'll do is I'll go through my stamps, and if I have one that says this and I don't like it as much, time to thin, right? Friends are kept forever in the heart. I found myself, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The sale goes till 6. I found myself looking at them thinking, is one better? You know, and I was like, forget it. Just take them both and you can give one to a friend. These, I just couldn't resist. I know that Noni loves the Asian themed stamps and products, and if she doesn't want to use these, I will definitely use them. I have a PSX rose stamp from 100 years ago, this one, and my sister's name is Rosemary, and I use this on so many projects, it's ridiculous. So I have this one, and I have this. These are similarly drawn and I think would help me expand and add variety to my projects. I like this one. It would be great border, wreath, something like that. You know, this one you can do that with, but I've done it for 20 years. So I was super excited to find these. My sister's not really a rose in a teacup kind of girl, but I was happy. I loved those. I'm not saying I did. I may have squealed, at least inside when I found this tub. Most of the tubs were completely random, but there was a lady in one corner, which Noni has taught me I should pay attention to for a long time. And I realized those tubs, later I realized those tubs were where the stamps were. Woodblock stamps, other stamps. Of course, the minute I saw PSX, I started going crazy. Okay, Lily, this is an example of, it would look really nice colored in, but I'm probably not going to do that. Seashells I have a journal. I have a box that I've been putting together to make some coastal watery type things. So that one, I don't know. It was PSX. I thought it might be fun in a journal or on some embellishments. Look at this one. I send you wildflowers. That is precious. Absolutely precious. Okay, do you say when pigs fly? My mom used to say that to me when I was little. That is a thing we say in my family, so I could not leave the stamp behind. Leaves. This is a nice fall stamp, I think. It would be nice inked up with 2 different colors or some markers, so you get some texture in it. So I liked that one. Snowflakes and stars. Hello, perfect. I also am sure that I have a PSX stamp with a bigger snowflake that corresponds with these. When you get stamps by similar designers, it's like having a set of them. It just takes you years to find the other part in the way we used to sell stamps. A hummingbird, love it. Bird journal, heck yeah. Okay, then from the shop of, I picked this up because I know a woodworker that I thought might kind of like this. Maybe they would put it in the card. Maybe you can stamp it on the bottom if you use Stays On or Archival. You could stamp the bottom of your project. I don't know. It was just fun. These 2 are not PSX, but they're cute. Dragonfly. I have a dragonfly, but not like this. And I like dragonflies a lot. And then butterfly. Probably didn't need this one, but I picked it up. These are funny. They're both the same brand. Commotion, 93, 96. They're the same as this one that I've had probably since the 90s. Yeah, 97. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. You'll find that you buy the same brands a lot because they have your style or something about them speaks to you. PSX, I don't remember them ever getting into. I mean, this is a little cutesy, but they never really got into the super cutesy kind of country things. They do have some cute teddy bears that you can color in, which, I'm not going to color them, but if I buy one, maybe Noni will color it. I got a little crazy in the woodblock stamps. Before I went, I got a giant shopping bag, like the big paper kind you would fill in a mall, with sweaters or whatever in winter. And it was full. So I came home with one of those that I think was slightly smaller and not completely full. I think this is all the stamps. I picked up this jar. I've been seeing lately, this is Provocraft, stamps mounted to these. I saw a couple of these somewhere else recently. I think at the Friends of Feline thrift store near my house. I don't have a jar stamp. They were super trendy for a while. You put your flowers in your jar, da-da-da. I know Noni does, but I just thought I might like this. This might also be a cool way on a journal page or a project or a tag to frame something, even if it wasn't necessarily flowers in the jar as you would think of. It could be your sentiment. It could be, I'm looking for something, scatter joy. It could help draw attention to it. So that's why I picked that up. I thought that might be fun. This one I picked up for art journaling texture. It's just fun circles. Can't go wrong with circles. I like stars and I like circles. This set I grabbed because it said, "You are my sunshine." And I used to sing that to my sister when she was little. Look at this. Scatter joy. Heck yeah, I would have picked that up. I didn't study them. I mean, it's a free set of stamps. Essentially, because it's not going to take up $10 worth of space in my bag. I saw the one and I went for it. I'd probably cut the little apostrophe quotes things off of each side with a pair of scissors. I don't love that. But other than that, super cute. And knowing me, I might take 2 stamps out of here and then donate the rest. This one, I didn't realize it was a little boy stamp set, but I liked it. I saw brave and genuine. You have explorer, curious, loving. You could do scrapbook pages with these words for anybody, but also journal pages. Smart, growing, energetic. Oh my gosh, that needs to be on Wilson's scrapbook pages, right? Energetic. I guess I do have a boy in my house. I think that's it for stamps, but who knows? We may find more under here. Like I said, many of the bins were like half full when I got there, but I was still so impressed, you guys. Even though I wasn't there at the beginning, I was still so impressed at the selection. I think you've all been to a garage sale or looked at a posting on Facebook Marketplace or something where you thought, no, I don't want any of that stuff. You're asking too much and you should have thrown that away years ago. I mean, be honest, you've seen those posts, right? I was worried it would be like that. And maybe one or two of the bins I looked in because they were super picked over had that sort of look to them. But for the most part, there was stuff that inspired me, made me want to take it home, made me want to play with it. Okay, these are large foam stamps, and you might think, why would you buy those? These are awesome for acrylic paint and art journaling. And if you don't like the shape, just like everything else I tell you about, cut it apart. So maybe you just want like this as a little stem to work with. You just cut that off and you can use it in paint. They wash. These are, okay, really old. They were probably sticky at one time, so they've been on here a long time. You could take them and glue them to cardboard because they're a little thin. They're not going to be, these are easier to work with because they're thick. You could glue this to cardboard. You could probably use it just the way it is. Super fun for art journaling. This one I like too. And I wouldn't necessarily put this whole image on my page, but I would have it hanging off the page or coming in from the corner. I like my things a little more organic, but still. I thought those would be fun. Andrea, let me know if you want these or if you want a certain one of them. You can have the whole pack, dibs if you want. I was kind of thinking of Andrea. She is much more mixed media than I am, but if she doesn't want them, I'll play with them. Stickers, I didn't necessarily buy them for graduation, but I will put them in my miscellaneous sticker bin. I have one Iris case of that, thinned it years ago. Those are great. If you have too many stickers, go through them, take out all the wine and beer and weirdness, and donate the rest to an elementary school. That's what I did. What now? Dreams can happen. Be it, do it. The next step, endless possibilities, believe in yourself. These are all great for art journal pages. Absolutely great. A new beginning. Expect great things. Art journal pages, that's good stuff. Doesn't have to be graduation. I have a mini album problem. Seriously. I just get obsessed with them and I love to make them. Now, the downside of this one is if you want your paper to match this, you have to draw a template and then fussy cut them all or, actually have a machine to do that. If Noni could help me, I bet she could take this, put it in her scan and cut and make it so it would cut that shape exactly, and then you could run your paper through. And 100 years ago when I was doing these, that wasn't even a choice. So I think a lot of people donate these because they buy them, think they're going to make them, and then realize they have to cut paper this shape for the project to turn out really cute. You could ink it and paint it and then do squares on them too. I've done that before, but I just love mini albums. They are a fun project to take on a beach weekend. They just lend themselves to so many things. Now, we're going to see a lot of things like this. It was some sort of kit or project thing. We don't necessarily know what's in here or if we love everything, but we're going to open it up and see. Okay, silver brads. We don't need more brads, but silver ones you can always use. I liked these sentiments. There were a couple other packs of these. I'm so glad you're in my life. I think maybe they all say the same thing. I'm so glad you're in my life. Okay, what I was thinking was chop out the middle piece. They were meant to be a certain way across a page probably. But I was thinking chop out the middle, mat it with some cardstock, and it's a cute little sentiment to add to a card. Friend, some are off center. That will bother me. I like these. So these are probably not a high quality kit, but there is good stuff in there. So I can save about half of that from the landfill. This is just a cute little piece of paper here. Has holes for brads on the end. I'd probably chop it off and put it in my scrap bin or something and use it. Might make a fun die cut of a circle or a shape for a sentiment. You're going to see a lot of weird stuff in here. I think it's going to be fun. There's stuff like this where I didn't really know what was in it. I just saw one thing and went, yeah, let's get that. I picked up a foamy stamp like this, a leaf. Again, these are great for, you can stamp on rocks with these with kids. You can, I didn't have kids when I was first doing it, but I also did some Father's Day projects and fun stuff with kids. Art journal pages, cards. Mary probably used this for her beautiful envelope. I wouldn't be one bit surprised if she used foamies for that. These are envelopes. I think it's obvious why I picked those up. Here's some more envelopes. They were just loose. You know how maybe people had already taken the cards earlier in the day and they didn't want the envelopes. I wanted the envelopes. Look at these. This was probably in the dollar bin at Target. They are holiday word finds. And I think word finds are hilariously fun. You could put one of these in your daily journal, or you could make a fun project for grandkids or something. So you could use the word find, or you could use it, pretend this is like a Christmassy thing or something. It's blue, so it doesn't have to be, but you could use it as a background on your card. You could just use it as a card, and all the envelopes. The envelopes do not match. I mean, I just opened the seal, right? The envelopes don't make sense to me with these. The color palette, nothing about them, but I like them both independently. Again, there were just these little bags, and I saw one thing and thought, I don't know what's in there, but that's coming home with me. Look at this. Aren't you dying to look in this bag? Keep in mind, I'm in a room, I have a giant bag, and I get to throw this into my bag, and I'm still only paying $10. A gift for you. Oh my gosh, this is like a real deal back in the day. Gifts are thoughts made visible, so here's my thought of you, and if it gives you pleasure, my wishes have come true. And it's signed by Mary Fisher. It's like a printed vellum, amazingly cool thing. Oh my gosh, really, really cool. Noni loves these. She buys this kind of stuff at yard sales and estate sales, so she has like a box of them we can look through. This one was a postcard. Hello to Aunt somebody from somebody. And it's embossed and gorgeous. Has some gold on it. Look at this. Okay, I would have easily paid like $1 a piece for these. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to see like a year or anything. I don't know. And I don't know the town hall, Accrington. I don't know where we are or what's going on. But look at the architecture. Okay, baskets. I don't get as excited about baskets. Alaska. I bet they are like a certain style, you know, native baskets. It fills my heart with joy and glee to find you still remember me. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, do we have a postmark? No way. I think it says 1912. Dear Willie, was so surprised to get your postal the other day. How I'm looking for the letter. Write and tell me what you're doing. Best wishes. Oh my gosh. That is too cute, you guys. A postcard from 1912. 1 cent. It cost 1 cent to mail it. Okay, I'm not going to put it back in this little bag. That's just not my style. Super cute. Okay, look at these. Some people donated their UFOs. I don't know where the UFOs are unfinished objects. I don't know where these were headed, what they were doing, but I wanted them. And I think I got them all. I might have missed some. And who knows? Maybe if I got there early in the day, the colors would be, you know, there would have been blue. Who cares? I think I probably hit it really well because it was middle of the afternoon. I failed to ask if it would have been busy first thing in the morning. I wouldn't have liked that. There were maybe half dozen other people in the room with me, and it was just fun to chat with them, but it wasn't crowded at all, and there was no pressure in shopping or looking through the bins. No one rushed you. Look at these. They're all double-sided paper. They have a logo here. They feel nice, almost like a Anna Griffin maybe. I don't know what brand or what project. I think they all have double-sided adhesive, like they're ready to glue onto something. Yes. So I could either glue them to a journal page. Let's see how big they are. Whew, we're cutting it close, 5.5. If you're using 12 by 12 cardstock, that's going to be, you could put one inside the front cover and the page maybe, but that's going to be the whole entire page, which is okay because I wouldn't put them all in one project. So I could put one inside the back cover. You could also, oh, you know what I could do? I could take it like this, trim this. Let's see if it's longer that way. Okay, I could take this, trim this off like a 1/2 inch or something, and then cover it with washi. And actually, you wouldn't even have to. You could tape it into the book that way, and it would make it narrower. So that's an idea. They all have the strips on the back, I think, every single one of them. So they were starting something. If you don't want to glue it to something, you just want it loose, you could put some tea-dyed paper or some other mat across this. You could decorate it. You could put a sentiment. I couldn't resist these. I love them. What do you guys think? I think this was a fabulous find. I don't know where they came from, but I'm happy they're in my house. This one's maybe a little formal for me, but I like them. And these papers, I mean, oh, this is the same. They'll go with anything. Maybe they bought them like this because look, that's not a handmade bad boy, I don't think. I don't know what they came from, but I am glad they came here. Then look at this. It was a card that someone completed or a UFO. I don't know, but it's fabulous. And it gave me some awesome collage ideas. Look at this. They're using rickrack and a doily. I never put rickrack on my collages. I don't think it really ever occurs to me. I think I put rickrack on journal pages, but I don't get it out and think about it as an added embellishment or layer. Wish, butterflies. I just loved it. A little bit of blue. I tell you, it was a crazy fun thing. Mr. Crafting and Relaxing sat in a chair. He liked it because it was they were using a furniture store, office furniture store. So they had a million comfy chairs. He sat in a chair and watched football on his phone. He was very happy. This is some sort of creative memories, shortcuts, 42 colorful blocks of photo mounting paper. If you watch my channel, you know why I brought this home. I don't know that I'm going to want them all chopped up, but I just like the blue gingham. That's the reason I grabbed it. And again, I have a nice Ziploc bag. This you can use for collage and layers. You can, if you're like super trash to treasure, you can make a little book out of this, collage over it, all kinds of stuff. Tags. They were yellow. I don't know that I would not have purchased yellow, right? I wouldn't have paid for them separately, which is probably why they were still there in the afternoon. But they're super cute. I was kind of thinking of Cheryl. Like maybe I could put some in Happy Mail. Cheryl, do you like these? I feel like you would. And if you have archival or stays on, you could stamp on them with blue and then you would have little accents for your pages. Every once in a while, I do like a touch of yellow also just because it goes so nicely with blue. But there's a lot of them, 20, and then nice ribbons. I wouldn't want this to go into the trash because yellow paper, nice ribbons, fun tags, and they are actually, they say to and from on the back. They're mildly thick. I might take the ribbon off, layer another piece of paper, and put it back together as I was going to use them, not just on a Tuesday do them all. Okay, this seems to be a baggie of glue dots. Glue dots get a little less sticky, but I don't think they get too old. I have not ever encountered glue dots being too old, so I don't know why anyone didn't grab this earlier in the day. Maybe earlier in the day there were tons and tons of adhesives. There were some Xyron type options there too. I didn't grab any of those because Noni has some and I didn't. And so does Andrea. I didn't think we needed any more of those. Again, mini album kits. I just can't help it. Mix and mingle 8 assorted pages, white and clear. Acrylic pages were really trendy there for a while. People were like obsessed with them. It's kind of like the slimline thing. They are pretty fun to mount a photo on or have as your front cover so you can see your grandbaby all the time. Just super cute and fun. And it looks like there are different sets in here. Oh, they've twisted them. So there's not a hole in all 4 corners. There's probably a hole in each. These mini album kits might be a great way for those of you who are swatchers or want colored paper samples. You get the rings, you can have a cute cover and write swatches of blah, blah, blah. Another idea, and then hang it on the wall. Look, another one. Of course, it was coming home with me. I don't even know what it is. It's a tiny little 7 gypsies. Oh my gosh. See, I didn't even look. When you're husband is sitting in a chair and you're preparing to meet your friends and you can see how many bins you have to go, you don't look, you just say, I would love to have a mini album. These are precious. So cute. Oh my gosh, this would make a fun Happy Mail. I could put die cuts in there. And I think the ring is big enough. We could see. You could also take a couple, there's like dog hair or cat hair in there. I'm not even terrified by that. You could also cut a couple out to make space. I could cut this, use it in a journal, a couple of them. And then these could be fatter. It would allow more. Or you could just decorate it and make a darling little album. What would you do with this? I think it's precious, but what would you use it for? All right, I don't know, you guys. I didn't need more letters. It was basic gray. These are basic, ready to color any way you want, and there's the alphabet. So I thought they would be fun for a journal cover. You could put someone's name, you could put Joy, you could put the pet's name. I just thought it would be fun, so I grabbed them. They're basic gray. I can't let basic gray go to a landfill. Some more basic gray right here. This is snippets, fillets, fragments. Little tiny embellishments, all sorts of different colors. Maybe not so much my color palette. Tiptoe through the tulips with me. That's cute. Enjoy the moment. Happiness is. Nice patterns on the back, right? If nothing else, nice die cut paper or a photo mat. Just really cute. Ooh, I like this section. Good times. Happiness is the best thing ever. Absolutely wonderful. Really, really fun. I don't know if they meant it to go with some of their collections or just came out one year and they went for it. 2013. This is an entire bottle of silver embossing powder made by Ranger. This was probably from an era when Ranger wasn't as well known, not as fancy. I don't know. But it's silver embossing powder. I have had troubles with old embossing powders, but I have heard other people say they don't get old, it doesn't matter. Either way, in mixed media, somehow this can get used. I was like, yeah, I'll take that. Okay, I have no idea what this stuff is. There was a bin. It had a couple of these in it. Stamp Oasis Fun Rubber Stamps presents Luna Lights. The lady next to me said, I don't know what those are. I said, I don't either, but I don't leave anything blue behind. She was laughing. I don't think she realized how true it was. I think this might be sticky or something. You're supposed to use it on a certain paper, put some drops, smush 2 pieces of paper together, rub the pieces until the ink has spread, peel the papers apart, let dry, emboss or cut for lovely backgrounds. If it's not sticky, how would you be embossing with it? Maybe you wouldn't let it dry. I don't know. It's blue. I say we play with it. It might be one of those products that I can Google and figure out, or it's just blue and Andrea dumps it into a project. Shaped bling. Queen & Company used to do a ton of this stuff. I don't know if they do so much anymore, but it's a bee. I thought it was weird that it was even in there because bees are super trendy. I've got tons of bee stuff. Thought that was a good idea. Okay. Joanne Craft Essentials. Now, we're getting into an area that I haven't really been in, but I have seen some cute things in journals. In journals or on different projects where people use these little tabs and a brad, which we had some on the counter a minute ago. Pretend we have a brad. So you put a brad through that little hole right there and you put it on this, and then you can use that little metal thing to flip it up and close on this envelope. Now, this envelope might not be as good of an idea because it's loose and flopping around, but I think if it was on a journal page, that idea would work. And that's what these are for. They're called silver photo holders, but I think you could use them as little flippies. So I picked those up. Let's look at other weird metal things that I acquired along the way. Okay, these, I bought a bunch of these recently at a close to my heart thing, or maybe Noni did. I don't know, but we ended up with them. So this is super cute on a tag. Pretend you want this here. Okay, here, let me show you. Pretend you have a tag that doesn't have a hole in the top yet. So you would get to pick exactly where you want it. Okay, these are kind of squished. Okay, you're going to get the idea though. This could go on the side as a decoration, or it goes right here. You put an eyelet through that hole and you put the ribbon of your choice and all kinds of fluffiness right there. And it just dresses it up a little bit more than this. You could even put the same yellow ribbon back in it. Now, I would have to be more careful because I did scratch that up doing it, but you get the idea. These are smushed really flat. My guess is they've been, traveled around. The container said extension bolts, but I saw these in there and went, oh, I want that. Here are some actual extension bolts for scrapbooks. These are for post-bound scrapbooks. If you buy them and you make them crocodile mouth, you put these in and they make them bigger. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing, but I will keep these because my mom might have some crocodile mouth situation in some of the quilt scrapbooks that we have. And I have other scrapbooks. So I think I keep these. I'm sure I have others. I don't know where I keep them, so finding them when we need them will be tricky. I'm going to put these in here. Consolidating some of this stuff and figuring out where it goes in my room is definitely on the list for today. Okay. Those of you who are looking at this bag and have been doing this for a while are dying laughing because you're like, why did she bring that home? I saw stars. It's literally what happened. Eyelets, when eyelets were all the rage, they came in every shape, size. When you went to Expo or something, like everybody was sure you had to have eyelets and you would choose them. So in here, there are blue flowers, red stars, red hearts, all sorts of just boring plain eyelets, a lot of sizes. Someone said, I'm done with eyelets. They donated all their eyelets. They also donated their tools for eyelet setting. In the old days, I used to go out in the garage at night and bang on my trusty board. That's what these are in the garage. And I had to be careful. You don't want to be doing that at 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. It might anger your neighbors. But every once in a while, Mr. Crafting and Relaxing will be like, what are you doing? So I'm 99% sure that that's what I have acquired here. I don't know why there's popsicle sticks. And I don't know if there are different size. Yeah, there's different size, like pointy set things. Looks like that one's bent a little. Somebody sold a kit. I can't remember if it was We Are Memory Keepers or who sold a kit for this. And this looks like their kit. I have borrowed from Noni the big crocodile thing, but I have trouble setting eyelets with it. So maybe the old way will work better for me. I don't know what the popsicle sticks have to do with anything. These are little fronts and backs, scrapbook tacks, snap-on metal paper crafting fasteners. They are green squares. Andrea, if you feel that these would make your life better, be sure and speak up because I'm going to shove them in here and they don't make my life better. Now, if they were blue. So anyway, that's why I picked that up, mostly for the blue flowers, but there's some other stuff in there. Blue flowers, red stars. I like them. I'll come back tomorrow to show you the second half of this haul. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. Bye-bye.